30 years, Camp Crystal Lake has laid dormant. The cabin's empty. The lake still. But now, the legend of Jason will no longer be a memory. He will rise again. But this time, he won't be stopped. Reviving Camp Blood, a Friday the 13th fan film. Now, on Kickstarter.
What's going on, horror fans? Welcome back to another episode of Slash and Cast. My name is Riley, that is Griffin, and that is Nick. A few announcements before we get things started. Streams, they've been minimal. But after this week, once we get past some things, of course, that you'll figure out more details on soon this week, the stress should go away. Time should open up, and we should be able to stream more often. We also have some sponsor-a-thons expected for the course of the next month. So that'll be fun, but we should be more consistent very soon. Okay? Now, all links you need to know, in general, in the description, everything. Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Reddit, sponsor, everything you want. The website also, Let Her Go merch. It's only got a couple weeks left. Get it while you still can, all right? Don't want to run out of time. April 1st, until April 1st at midnight, Eastern time, okay? Make it happen. I'm also, before we jump into this, I am sick as all hell, all right? I'm running a bad fever. I'm coughing like crazy. So if I start coughing in the middle of this, I apologize. I'm fighting it as much as I can. All right. All right, let's dive in. All right. Friday the 13th, the game. Not much news this week. Not much news at all. It's getting to the point where they keep doing these updates every Thursday, and they're running out of shit to do. So we got something like this, and I understand it. I appreciate anything is something, right? But this is a new Jason selection system. All right. And let's talk about it in more detail than people realize, because I think most people complaining about it don't quite understand it.
Yes.
This is a ticket system. It's a behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
You're really not even probably going to notice it.
Yeah, I think that's why I disagree with this announcement in general, because it was completely unnecessary. You would have never even noticed.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of people commenting on not just every YouTube video about it on the topic, but also on the forum saying this is dumb, this is stupid. Separate thing. You should be working on fixing your game.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not even going to say it at this point because you know better.
Yeah.
But if they wouldn't have announced this, you wouldn't have noticed a difference. You wouldn't have noticed a thing. So you would have nothing to complain about. Yeah. Some people, I get it. Some people have nothing better to do. They want to complain about something.
Makes them feel better about themselves.
Whatever,
Bitch so they can bitch. Yeah. That's about it.
Exactly. So, yes, exactly. It's a behind-the-scenes ticketing system where if your preference is on Jason and you're in a game, every time you're not Jason, you get a ticket. And also, I believe it's, every 30 to 60 to an hour. 30 to 60 minutes, you get a ticket. And then
so pretty much one game.
Right. If you are, or two games. If you are chosen as Jason, your tickets get taken away. And then someone with more tickets than you next time would be Jason if you stay in the same lobby.
Pretty fair.
Right. People, the biggest complaint we're seeing about is like, oh, dude, I'm barely Jason already. Now I'm going to be Jason even less. No, actually, you're actually going to be Jason more. That's the whole fucking point of this thing.
Repeat Jasons is what it's stopping.
The point is to stop. And if you're that guy that's one of those lucky motherfuckers that's Jason every fucking round, then you probably got it pretty bad. But now it will equalize, okay? Like people will be able to bounce around. It's equal now. There's a balancing system.
Right. So say if your preference is on counselor, say you have, this isn't confirmed at all. Just say you have one ticket. You will stay at one ticket. If you are Jason, you start with two tickets and your preference is on Jason. Every time you're not Jason, you will get a ticket. Then, so say you have 20 tickets, someone comes in, they have 40 tickets.
I don't think it will ever be that high. I bet you it's like max of like 3 tickets.
Correct. Yeah. But say someone has more tickets than you, they drop to 2 tickets, 1 ticket, 2 tickets probably. Or actually 1 ticket, because if you're a counselor, the tickets don't go up.
Right.
Yep.
So they get 0. And now, next time, you will be Jason.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I don't understand, people are complaining about counselors and that system.
That doesn't
complaining that if your preference is on counselor and everybody in the lobby is on counselor, somebody's supposed to be Jason.
that happens anyway.
It's always been that way. I don't
Somebody's
understand the
got to be.
complaints.
What are we just gonna? All the counselors are just gonna run around the map for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
game over. Like the game just refuses to start. No,
I think this ticket system is gonna help a lot. I think announcing that it was a ticket system was a mistake.
I don't like that.
Been,
I don't like that term.
I think
ticket system.
I think it might have been confusing to some people. It would have just been nice to say, "Hey, we're improving on making the Jason spawn more equal,"
and just leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Like, while it's nice, to hear what you guys are doing to fix that. I think it throws some people off. It makes them nervous. It scares them.
Yeah,
so just keep it basic.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that we didn't get this announcement because there's not much left to announce. Hopefully Daniel got something up his sleeve still.
They're obviously saving the big things right before
Jason buff.
Yeah.
Jason buff.
I'm really hoping that the week before the patch drops, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, you guys been bitching for 3 weeks. We haven't been putting a lot of stuff out. Boom, and everybody's gonna be like, what?
Yeah, I think we still obviously have some trailer videos coming from Gun Media.
Right.
We've only seen what, 1, 2,
2.
One with the grab.
Yeah,
right.
and then
if you count that.
single player challenges.
So single player challenges and then the weapon interchangeable weapons.
Oh yeah, so really 3 videos and what? Now we're at 6 weeks, 5 weeks.
I think so. I don't know. We're still getting an update every week, and that's nice. All right, at least we know we got something coming every Thursday, and then we know Daniel has said many times that they still have more up their sleeve, bigger things to announce. They're just saving it for a little bit later. Those things could include stuff like, I don't know, I still think, because, Ilphonic just tweeted that St. Patrick's Day gif where counselors were dancing, and there were 3 different emotes there if you count the Adam drinking a beer.
Right, that's probably just single player also.
Right.
Yeah.
So that if you don't count that, there's 2 emotes there that we haven't seen before. There are 2 dancing that we haven't seen before. So you could have a new emo pack, new clothing packs. You could have a new counselor.
Right. I didn't look hard enough to see if there were any new clothing or if they just threw green clothing on. I didn't look hard enough. There could have been new clothing in there.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It was just green. That's all I cared about.
Yeah, and then we also are waiting for the announcement of the new Retro Jason, which is confirmed, still coming. So we're waiting for that. I imagine that's another thing that comes before the update. Maybe not. Maybe they're saving for later. But I think that's another thing that might sneak into this update.
I'd be fine with saving that for later, though, just so we have more stuff continuing on.
Right.
Make it last.
Yeah, this update's more than big enough.
So before you ask, you probably already asked. You probably didn't make this far. No, there is not a patch planned for March because of the aforementioned, waiting until the engine upgrade.
Right.
Trust me. Let's just have some patience. It'll be worth it.
We've waited longer.
I think they're still on track for April. So if not May, but I'm thinking April. There doesn't seem to be any lack of confidence coming from the guys at all. No. So also one more quick point concerning this Jason selection system. It does apply to private matches. So your tickets will apply to private matches, but you can still select whatever Jason you want and that'll no longer apply.
Right.
Okay? So relax. That's still fine.
Exactly. It's happening behind the scenes. If they didn't announce it, you wouldn't know about it, and you're all going to like it.
Yep. Yeah. Literally, if you don't like it, you won't notice it.
It's to help.
Correct.
It's literally to help. It's a good thing. Let's be happy.
We don't have to bitch about everything, right? Criticism is a good thing, though. I'm not saying we don't.
Criticism is a good thing, but when it's not either constructive or warranted,
just by
concern and criticism is 2 different things. That's all I have to say about it.
Very true. Very true. Okay, let's move on to our next topic of the day, another horror game. One you've probably heard of if you're here. Last year, we've been talking about it forever, man. But news has been super dry. It's an asymmetrical horror game. It's very similar to F13, but I think the comparison we continue to make is that, and Jason Takes Omega said this in their last year video. You have F13, that's 80s. You have Dead by Daylight, which is your 2000s type players, and then you have last year, which hits the 90s. Yep. And it definitely does. If you've seen any trailer for last year, it's very much 90s feel.
Yes.
And that's extremely intentional. But they finally, after months of not saying a damn thing, they finally have some announcements, okay? First of all, they're changing the name of the game. It is now branded last year The Nightmare. Why? There's not a real good answer to that. It's mainly just so they can rebrand and move on.
Right. Yep. When anybody who's heard about the game last year, oh, you mean the game that's been stuck in development hell I can see that from a PR standpoint as, moving on. This is last year, the nightmare. But with that, it comes concern. It sounds like an episodic series. We're like, are we going to get last year episode 2, which is named something else? That's kind of the feel that I got from it. Also, people have been saying, is this all a dream? Is there going to be a dream element behind it?
It's all Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
Right?
New name, who dis?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty smart choice. I'm not a real big fan of the cliche, the nightmare, but regardless, I understand.
It was a good PR move.
Yeah, it could bring a sequel possibly, in the future or something like that.
Let's get through this one first.
Yeah. but you know what I'm saying? It kind of sets them up instead of like, oh, last year too.
Yeah.
Or something like that, just trying to look at it from different aspects.
Right.
But
okay, well, for last year, we've been waiting forever for it, and now they come out, they change the name, it's like, okay, fine, we're just not going to see it till like 2020. Not true, actually. They came out and confirmed a summer 2018 release date. Pretty ballsy.
Yeah, that is something they've never done before. They have always given us the time area for the beta.
Right.
Yep.
The closed beta never gave us a release for the full date. Now they're giving us a release window for the full game and not the beta.
oh,
Right.
Which,
switching it up a little bit.
Yeah.
but the beta is still coming soon. It is a closed beta,
Yes. It's a backer exclusive.
backer exclusive data. yes.
And they're still, from my understanding, excuse me, here we go.
Yes.
Big cough, where'd he go?
Oh.
All right. Okay, moving on.
Out of the way.
It's still back exclusive, and I know they're hoping to still do a way for people that didn't get a chance to back it then to back it now.
Right, the second chance backing. I believe that is still on the way before the closed beta, and then a couple months pass, and it's summer. Back in time for school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So ideally, that exactly. People are asking, well, summer. When in summer? They quote from the backer update. It is expected to come before school time. Of course, that's still open too. But ideally, it kind of means early August or before.
Right.
Yeah. So you got a couple months to work with.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, the fact that they're giving us a full release window means that they're confident enough to, that they're going to release them. They're not going to delay it. You can push a beta back as far as you want, which, they have been.
Uh-huh.
We were originally supposed to get this beta, I believe, in August of 2017.
Yeah.
And now we're expected to get the full game before, September, August of 2018.
Right. But for that beta, though, question still up in the air. When is that actually coming? Well, they are going to go to Boston PAX East April 5th through the 8th, and there you will have a controlled testing environment where you, as a fan of you guys, anybody going to PAX East in Boston,
I wish.
you can play the game. And I think that's going to jump them into the beta. They're going to get some feedback there, and then after that, we're going to dive into a beta.
Pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
From beta from this to beta to game. So they must be pretty confident in the product they have. Just probably looking to fix minor bugs, stuff like that.
Here's the thing. The games always look very polished.
Correct.
You go back to the alpha test footage, and it's very polished. It's a very good-looking game. It makes, these other asymmetrical horror games that we have, the alpha footage was damn near better than all those final games.
Correct.
So you have that. And then another great asset that last year Elastic Games has brought in is a new community manager, Jay Acevedo. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Let's just go with Darth J, huh?
Yep.
Codename Darth J. He's a real cool dude. I like him a lot already. He was at Ubisoft for 6.5 years. Was on top of the game there, much like Daniel Nixon for Gun Media.
Yes.
And now with him on board, we can expect to get a lot more news in the coming weeks and a lot more transparency concerning the game.
Right.
He's super cool. He talked to us right away. He was a good guy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I like community managers that, like, if you reach out, regardless of it's a positive or negative response, they respond.
Exactly.
And Jay did that.
That's what we need. We just need somebody to respond.
Yeah. And the thing that's so great about last year, it definitely has the potential to be the best horror asymmetrical game today.
Yep.
It really does.
It's awesome to see that these kind of games are kind of coming, now, being able to play them. Awesome.
Now, just FYI, we've been hearing this quite a bit lately, which includes our next topic. But is this the ripoff of Friday the 13th? No. Is this the ripoff of Dead by Daylight? I'll have you know, video games have been around for a while.
Yeah.
The asymmetrical market, has been, booming up with the successes of Dead by Daylight, a Friday the 13th game. Last year announced first.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Last year was originally announced as an asymmetrical horror game before summer camp.
Right.
So that should tell you something. It's just been in,
Summer
quote,
camp.
development hell. you know. But it has a lot of, differences than, Dead by Daylight and F13, which is really, really interesting. And, I mean, we've been looking forward to it for so long.
Yeah. As for console players, I know you're probably panicking right now because last year is PC exclusive, Steam exclusive. But the thing is, there's a reason behind it, okay?
Correct.
People are saying it's going to fail for that reason. It's not, okay? It's not going to fail for that reason at all. If it's going to fail, it's going to fail for developmental reasons, and that's that.
Correct.
But going to PC only to start, okay, is actually a really smart move. I actually think F13 should have done this. We've said that on record many times.
Dead by Daylight did it.
Dead by Daylight did do it. Last year is probably going to spend about a year or so on PC. It's going to be polished and very, perfect on PC. That's the whole point. They're going to polish it. They're going to make it great for PC.
Before they even consider
Right.
going to consoles.
Yeah.
Which is the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. And, it's going to be worth the wait, The I want it now mentality. You've been given that before. Look at what's been happening with that before.
We preach against that, I feel like, every single episode.
Yeah, you're the problem if it were to come to console, one, you're gonna get a tremendous delay out of last year, and then you would also get a very tough launch. A launch that we saw happen with F13, something along those lines. A game that just wasn't ready because bouncing around all consoles like that's a very AAA budget needed. And
servers, and then dealing with certificates alone, because I'm sure that they haven't even approached, PlayStation Network, Microsoft about that.
I don't think they're at the point where they need to,
in
my opinion.
Because then how long
they don't even look there yet.
Yeah, see, how long did that take for F13, and they haven't? So give them their time. Let them do their thing. Let's have a good game for consoles. F13 has it rough for consoles the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, F13 is still struggling on consoles today.
Again, once the engine upgrade comes, dedicated servers will follow shortly.
Yeah.
But if you want more information on what last year is, we'll put a couple links in the description, a couple videos, couple articles, whatever you need, we got you.
Yep.
Recommended. If you don't have a PC, get a PC. Get a PC. You'll never look back.
True.
So it's a great choice. All right. Go big or go home. All right. That is last year. Let's move on to our next topic of the day. Another asymmetrical horror game. Hide or Die. Okay. Now this game's an alpha. All right. Yep. It's very early in its alpha stages. But we streamed it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is a good time. All considered. It is a pretty good time.
Yeah. For what it is, it's a very early alpha. It's closed and it's really smooth. It runs very smooth for an alpha.
And it looks honestly pretty good.
There's weather.
Yeah,
there's weather in an alpha game.
Yeah. And the details, just like the little details, the grass, the water, all that stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
All considering.
Right. It's a 1v15 horror game.
Yeah.
Which is pretty epic. But the way the killer goes about things, it still flows pretty quickly. One of the things I think where it shines tremendously comes from its suspense factor.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it is 1v15. The killer, nobody spawns in as the killer. You spawn in, and everybody looks for a red token-like object.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it first and accepts to be the killer is immediately then spawned in as killer. They're working on, kinks blinding the killer so everybody can go hide.
Right.
A little bit. So this game has been in early alpha this last week, and they were scheduled to end tomorrow on Tuesday. But there was a little rocky launch.
Yeah.
They had a bot that distributed keys in the Discord, and y'all broke it.
Y'all broke it.
Yeah.
Spamming.
They got overwhelmed.
Yeah, spamming actually crashed bot. So because of that, they are extending it to one day, ending at 9 a.m. Eastern on March 21st. But if Valve approves more alpha keys, they will extend it to March 26th.
Yep.
A whole nother week, the whole next weekend, which I hope they do. I hope they get to do that because Hide or Die, every update they've been putting out, they put out, I think, 3 updates a day during the week. They've all been major improvements. They upped it so only 5 people can escape to 6, which 1v15, 6 people escape. But half the people are dead usually before the escapes are an option.
Yeah, people die like this.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, too, because the map is huge. But they cut off access. You have to kind of activate the power, and it clears the fog.
Yep.
I think that's what it's supposed to be, correct?
Correct.
And, man, it's just so much fun.
It's cool when the killer gets close to you. You start hearing a heartbeat.
Correct.
And the closer he gets, the faster that heartbeat goes, and that will make you shit
Yeah,
yourself.
you got good headphones on. Your heart's going.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was watching before we got to play. I was watching a stream and my heart started going. I'm like, I need to play this game. It's so cool. If the game gets extended for another week, we will definitely be streaming it more. Got a couple codes for the closed alpha to give away still. So you can play with us. It's PC only, of course, as we I haven't said yet. It is PC only. Again, games are easy to develop for PC. Sorry.
And I think they're all self-taught devs, correct?
I believe that's the story.
And let me tell you, they did a good job. They had to request, 1,500 more alpha keys because their Discord, I think they said, went from 300 to 500 people to 3,000,
something like that.
3,500 people, and they are constantly getting spammed, but they still manage to answer almost everybody.
That is true. Good community team behind them. It's really, really interesting how streamers and streaming this game has really made it just blow up over the last couple days.
It's been awesome.
Of course, you get the people that hop on, gimme key, I just want to play.
Yeah, speaking of which, don't do that shit. It doesn't work. All right?
Right. But, people watching, what is this game? And we explain it. Even the community guys hopping into people's live streams and answering those questions. That's really nice. And then people are genuinely interested. They will be running a Kickstarter for this game to help develop it even further, which is a great idea.
They have a lot, just talking from their community managers or devs, they have a lot of good ideas to push this game even farther. I'm not going to share those because I don't know if that's what they want to do, but from what they've told us, big things are coming. Right. So, get behind this game, and it could be a big thing.
Right. So definitely stay tuned to our streams. We should have a couple this week.
We've been so busy.
Yes, we've been very busy. And then click notification bell. Any hide or die news you will hear right here.
Yep.
All right. With that, let's move on to our next topic of the day, Leprechaun. I didn't think we'd talk about Leprechaun on here ever.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. Hope you guys had a good St. Patrick's Day. All right, Sci-Fi Wire just announced that next year we will see a new installment in the original Leprechaun series titled Leprechaun Returns, directed by Steven Kostanski, who was the director of The Void. Now, sadly, Warwick Davis, the original Leprechaun, is not returning for the new film. But a teaser that came along with this announcement suggests that Kostanski did a pretty good job. A pretty good job. And we're going to take a look at that teaser right now. It's a short one, but it's worth taking a look at. Here is the first look at Leprechaun 2019.
I've been gone quite a while. What a tale before. My fingers are itching and killing for more. Why, let's try a luck and bet on me gold. If it lands on tails, I'll do as me told. But heads, I'll start a new killing spree. Oh, what a lovely surprise. Shall we try best 2 out of 3?
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll tell you what, not a bad trailer. The fact that we have known dick about this movie and the fact that we're all of a sudden we're getting it, not too shabby.
Right.
And here's the synopsis for it. The film picks up 25 years after the events of the 1993 original, which found a maniacal leprechaun doing whatever it takes, including committing gruesome murder to track down a stolen pot of gold. Leprechaun Returns finds the leprechaun revived in the modern day when a group of sorority girls unwittingly awaken him while tearing down a cabin to build a new sorority house. Those damn sorority girls. But the new sequel is going to be written by Suzanne Keeley. Ash vs. the Evil Dead writer.
Yeah.
That's
which is a good sign.
That screams Leprechaun series, man.
Yeah.
They all haven't been good. But the first one, wasn't awful.
I would say they've all been pretty bad.
So this is a direct sequel to the original.
Yeah.
We're saying fuck the rest.
Sorority girls, awakening the leprechaun just screams Leprechaun.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And let me tell you that the look of the leprechaun in the trailer, I think is pretty creepy looking. And to add I like the little riddles in here.
Yeah, he's got heads no matter what.
Yeah.
He's going on that killing spree. I like that.
Yeah, the trailer definitely interesting.
Yeah, we are not getting Hornswoggle returning from Leprechaun Origins.
But some things are for the better.
That's true.
That's good.
Unfortunately.
That being said, it is still a WWE Studios film. So.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. All right, I guess. We'll see.
They're
Can Jennifer
branching out.
Can Jennifer Aniston cameo?
Dude, real talk though. I mean,
She'd be dumb not to.
listen, she still looks like she's 20. She'll fit around that sorority girl.
Exactly.
She'll be the president.
Yeah, she. This is her old sorority. All right, and she's coming back as an alumni, to help them celebrate the opening of the new house.
Yeah.
Suzanne, write this down. Write this down.
Susan, right? Yeah, I hope she has some sort of cameo appearance.
That'd be pretty cool.
Big or large. Then again, Jennifer Aniston's a big fucking deal now.
Exactly. I don't think she'd return to horror.
They probably have to pay her the whole budget just to get
The whole budget.
just to be like,
Sup,
how's it
fuckers?
going?
Yeah, but then they're just like, we have $3. So yeah, I doubt it.
$3.
Yeah, I doubt it. She's just too big now.
Yeah.
She's not like Jamie Lee Curtis, I don't think, to bounce back to an old franchise.
No.
Listen, Leprechaun made you, Jennifer Aniston.
That's true.
You would be nowhere without it.
That's true.
Maybe she'll think that.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll have that mentality and come back for that reason. But I doubt it. I doubt it tremendously. That being said, Leprechaun Returns, a sci-fi exclusive, will premiere in March 2019. Not bad.
Not bad. You know what? It looks like it's going to be something. Maybe.
It's gonna be cheesy. If you don't like the first Leprechaun or any shitty one after that, you're not gonna like this one.
No,
It's one of those B horror movies that you got to buy into.
yeah,
It's kind of like a child's play. In a
exactly.
way, you know.
Yeah.
You got the killer.
Child's Play's a good movie though.
Yeah.
That's-
All right, sorry. A shitty version of Child's Play, while the killer is what it is. Making his jokes, doing his thing.
Yep.
Slaying hoes, getting money.
Then after this, we'll get Leprechaun versus Chucky, and then we'll continue.
And then new Leprechaun 4 in space.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the new Leprechaun 4.
Featuring
We'll
Uber
call it
Jason.
Leprechaun X.
Leprechaun X.
Leprechaun X. And then it'll be Uber Jason versus Leprechaun.
Oh my! Are you writing this down, Suzanne?
And then Leprechaun is going to be in Friday the 13th the game as a DLC character.
Confirmed.
Possibly even a counselor.
Confirmed.
Stats, stealth, due to his tiny size. But
Strength,
That's it.
speed, about a -2, since he's got tiny little legs.
Stealth is going to be 10. Everything else is a negative
And
10.
he has morph too.
Can you, flip coins at him? Maybe there's a rainbow that he can ride across. All right, I'm done.
We're done.
Let's move on.
We took it too far.
Let's move on to our next and last topic of the day. Happy Day. Wow, look at that. It's getting a sequel, which could begin filming this year. While Happy Death Day 2 hasn't been officially announced, okay, Geek Vibes Nation spotted that the sequel is listed in the week's Production Weekly Roundup. They tweeted, quote, "It looks like the sequel to #Happy Death Day will begin filming May 14th in New Orleans." What? Wow, quick turnaround,
Yeah.
According to Production Weekly, the working title is Faux Pas. The listing notes that Christopher Landon will be returning to both write and direct, with Jason Blum producing.
Okay. Haven't seen Happy Death Day.
I have.
I haven't
You have?
either.
Yeah, I have. I've seen it 3 times, actually. Here's the thing. It's not a great film by any means. It's decent. I think a lot of people enjoy it. I think
That's what I've heard.
if you, it's Groundhog Day meets horror.
Yep.
Is exactly what it is. But I don't think, in my opinion, that it was qualifying for a sequel. In fact, if you've seen the film, you know how it ends. While there are quite a few unanswered questions, don't get me wrong, but to me, Happy Death Day 2 should go back into that same type of story. But of course, that doesn't really make sense to me. That being said, we have some details.
Well, according to Breakout star Jessica Roth, and even detailed early sequel plans this year, quote, "The sequel, the way it has been described to me, elevates the movie being a horror movie. I wouldn't even say it's a horror movie because it's a horror, comedy, rom-com drama, into a Back to the Future type of genre film where the sequel joins us right where we left off. It explains a lot of things in the first one that didn't get explained, and it elevates everything. I was really pleased to know that we weren't just going to be pushing all the buttons that people loved the first time over and over again, because I think that gets old. I'm really excited to see if it comes to fruition, and if it does, what the final product looks like. I hope we get to do it. I had a ball."
Right. I agree with what she said here, that the shit gets old.
Right.
This is why I don't think it should have had a sequel. Because, it's cool at first, reliving the same day over and over again. We bought into that.
But then you see it 2 times and you're like,
Yeah,
to the chase.
how do you get stuck in this, I don't even know what you consider a curse twice, this Back to the Future type of genre, saying that, are you...
That puts it on another level.
Yeah.
Right, first of all, don't put it on that fucking pedestal. It ain't going to live up to it. Don't do that.
You bring out Back to the Future and it's like,
Whoa.
And you saw the first film and you're like, but it wasn't even that good. But, we're going back to the future style in this bitch.
It's just a genre. You know, they're just saying it's in that genre. They're not going to do it justice. No.
Don't even compare it to the genre.
But, I mean, are they suggesting time travel?
No.
I doubt it. Like, because I don't know.
I don't know. Again, saying a Back to the Future type genre film, only referring to that it picks up right after the first one, it's kind of weird wording. And
It
again,
scares me.
you're putting Back to the Future in the same title as Happy Death Day.
I really hope it's not time travel.
I don't know. But yeah, in terms of horror, I'm a huge horror fan. I think I've made that clear in my life. But Back to the Future should never be compared to horror ever. I get this is a horror comedy, rom-com, drama, yada yada. And I think it fits well for that. I think it's great for that. I think it reminds me of Scream to a degree. That's literally what it's been kind of referenced as is Groundhog's Day meets Scream, self-aware ultimately. And I think it does that really well. Like I said, it's not the greatest film in the world, but it's entertaining, and that's all it should be for. If they can do that in the sequel, maybe even progress that some, I'm on board.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I'm going to go watch the first one. Maybe I'll comment what I think.
Yeah, no, I definitely heard I need to go see Happy Death Day.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, but you just can't go in expecting a fucking
Back to the
Oscar
Future
film.
You can't go in expecting Back to the Future.
Exactly.
It's an entertaining horror film.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I really hope the sequel does decent. In the horror genre, especially, people push sequels that don't need to be there, and it kills them.
Yeah.
They think it warrants a sequel. All right, I guess.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of like the idea of a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons Groundhog's Day and films like this intrigue me because, you know, they play up that and it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us what you think about all the topics today, including Happy Death Day.
There's
Are
a
you
lot.
excited? Have you seen it? Do you like it? Because some people hate it. Some people really, really hate it. And as for other topics, please let us know. You excited for Leprechaun? F13, are you one of those that's pissed? Who knows? Last year, go buy a PC. Hashtag, what is it, boys?
Lucky Charms?
Hashtag Lucky Charms. All right, that'll do. That'll do. With that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Editor, roll that out.